Hi, so I'm making these videos just to kind of go over the day one stuff for those who either missed Monday or just somebody who wants to it was a lot of stuff and somebody needs a refresher. And the icons, the information is on week one. The first one we're going to go over is day one stuff, part one. So it's a Google slide. You will probably need to do that as well once you get logged in. Let me close out some of these tabs I got open. Okay. So this day one stuff applies whether in the HTML or the JavaScript class. So we start off with what the web page is for the current Hawks, the current Hocking College students. So this is the course catalog that needs to be updated. But here's the academic calendar. So if you're curious about when we have off for holidays or the exact start and end of 8 weeks, you can look on there. We need the last day to withdraw. Yeah, all that right here, autumn term. So we have Labor Day coming up Monday. Yeah. So just be aware there's no class on Monday. We don't have class on Monday anyway because it's a hybrid component. So they're just most likely just won't be a hybrid component. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do yet on that. But anyways, so there's some information in regards to the calendar year. Go back. There's the Academic Success Center. So the Academic Success Center has resources such as tutoring. There's the current tutoring schedules. I don't know if there's anybody for web development yet. My dog's sneezing right next to me. I know we've been talking with some people who might be interested in some second year students. If you feel like you're stuck on something and need some extra help, feel free to contact me. You have the Calendly link that we discussed in class, and I'll go over again on this video if you need help. Let's see what else we have here. Accessibility resources. So talks about the resources that are available for those who need it. There's TRIO support services. That is for first generation college students, which means that if your parents or grandparents did not go to college. There are some really great resources in there if you qualify. There's some other FAQs. So I'm just going to go ahead and back. So we have our library. So for our class, I don't know if we actually need in the library a lot, short of just using the Wi-Fi from the place to work if you need Wi-Fi. But for your other classes, you may need it. For our purposes, Google pretty much is the library. So I already talked about campus, or I'm sorry, TRIO, but we're going to talk about the campus, health and wellness. So they have a Hawk Center for Wellbeing. They can provide some of these services and counseling services, and then there's their locations. If we have any veterans here, there's your veteran services. Clubs and organizations. So we can go to the student center. There's several activities there. There's the gym, there's the rock climbing wall and such. Have intramural activities, the clubs and organizations. We don't necessarily have one officially, but one of our second year students is working on a Girls Who Code College Loops, which is aimed at college students, girls who are wanting to learn more about coding. and just be part of that organization. She's working on get that started. And then there's some other clubs that you may be interested in. Hawks Athletics. So I'm going to go to that website real quick to show you. So we here at Hocking College, we have football, cheerleading, basketball, volleyball, archery is big. Maybe some other ones I'm forgetting. Equine sports is one. But we also have something called esports, which is for those who are like video gaming and such, and talks a little bit of information about there. So that's actually found on the athletics page if you're interested. Steve Wilson, he's the head coach. Here's a little bit of information about him. He's also our CIO, and I believe, which is our Chief Information Officer, and I believe he's also the Chief Learning Officer as well. So he's going to be a great contact for you guys. Just if you're involved, if you're interested in esports, they play Overwatch, and just someone to get to know. Great way to network with him. Let's go. There's a computer help desk. So if you need help on anything, they're there to help. You can call the help desk 24/7. So it's middle of the night and you need to get something turned in, but something's not working, they might be able to help. Parking services. Did you need to get a parking permit? It's $53 for the autumn and spring term, non-refundable. You can pick them up at the cashier's office after you pay for them. There's some kind of premier parking or reserved parking. I don't know, we're a small enough campus. I don't know why you would need that, but it's there. I think it's like $75 if you want it. Already talked about athletics and esports and their scholarships. So, part of coming to college is figuring out how to pay for it. There's different types of aid. There's grants, there's loans, and there's a work study options. Scholarships, and my understanding is sometimes not all scholarships are awarded out because nobody's applied to them or some other various reason. So take a look at the scholarships that are offered. Talk to financial aid to see if there's anything that's not listed here, because I think there's a few that's not listed here. So just do the legwork, do the homework, and figure out everything you can to pay for college. Student loans is always usually the last option because that is incurring a debt. So see what's available in terms of work study grants and scholarships. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it on that. Let's see. And then Ohio Means Jobs. Someone told me Ohio Means Jobs have scholarships opportunities as well. The Ohio Means Job Office in Athens County is located in the Plains, which is about a 10-minute drive from Hocking College campus. Some tools that you have access to with your Hocking College login. You have access to Office 365. So you can click on that. We use primarily Google everything. And so, but if you really want to use Office 365, you do have access to that account. You would need to sign in with your hocking.edu email. And then you have access to all those resources. So let's see, you have a Google Suite, such as Docs, Sheets, etc., that we'll be playing with. You have access to a research database. So I don't know how much of this database you'll be using for our particular courses, but it may become useful for your other classes here at Hocking. You have self-service. This is where you can see your schedule. If you're not sure I'll show you how to access it, but I'm not going to really dive into it for this video. You go to Hocking College website. Up in the top green menu bar, you'll see self-service. And then this is what my self-service looks like as a program manager and instructor. Yours will look a little bit differently, but the way you can see your schedule is you would click over here, and that's graduation cap. And somewhere here it would say something about student planning. So that's, or student calendar, something along those lines. Again, I can't recall exactly, but that's how you can see your schedule. You can also see your financial aid. I believe it's somewhere in this particular area as well under academics. It may be in another category. I can't recall exactly, but you'll be able to see your financial aid information, your balance, your payment plans, and all that stuff. If you have trouble navigating it, please let me know and I'll be happy to sit down with you. So you have the Hocking College app. Everybody should have that downloaded. Your schedule is also available on there. If you have trouble navigating it, getting it download, please let me know. You're also going to have access to the entire Cengage library. I forget how many thousands of titles that included, but that's something you do have access to. So other stuff that we have here is something called Bites and Bits. That's basically just something that I do in my office. If you need to grab a bite to eat, I have granola bars and cookies and who knows what else. I also have some like soups. I try to get non-perishables, pantry food items. But you're more than welcome, no charge on anything. Just come in and grab it and go. Bits, read a bit. I'm big on professional development. And I have some books up there that I've read personally and that I highly recommend. I have some personal authors I'm a big fan of. So if you're looking for recommendations or you just want to grab a book and read a bit, there's no charge on that either. Just grab the book if you like it and you want to keep it just as a reference for later on. That's fine. Just let me know. If it's not your thing, like Gary Vaynerchuk, he's one of my favorite authors. He does cuss quite a bit. If that's not your thing, feel free to bring it back. Girls Who Code, that's an organization. It's a national nonprofit organization aimed at getting girls more involved in STEM. I have one of my second year students. She's been leading some of the efforts on this, and we are working on getting ready to start our fall chapter or fall, I don't know, sessions for younger girls to learn more about coding. If you're interested in volunteering for that or any other activities, if you're interested in just participating with aimed at the college girls, that's fine. Just let me know and I can connect you with Andrea, which is that second year student. Amazon Web Services, that is something that you'll be hearing a lot me talking about in class. Once the chaos of the first few weeks of school dies down, and I have some other deadlines that I've met, I'll be doing that and starting in September. And just stay tuned. Grow with Google. That's a national nonprofit outreach program that Google is doing to help people learn more about how to use technology in their school or business or personal lives. Overwatch Esports, mentioned earlier. This is already done, but Cengage visiting campus. Cengage is there to help if you have any questions. There's the Hocking College Foundation. They are a good resource to provide some assistance if you have exhausted all your other financial aid options. Um, it's happened before successfully where I have a student who is struggling, with a few $100s or their car breaks down. And I can see that they're doing well academically. They're doing the stuff that they need to do. And if they've exhausted all their other options, that they'd be able to help. So you can also do a work study in IT. So work study is one of those financial aid options that you can use. Scheduling appointments. You can schedule appointments with me. Through this individual appointments with me using this Calendly link. and it will. So this link will look something like this. You will click on meeting, and you will see the dates that I'm available, and you would select one particular date, and then you would choose the time that worked for you. And all you would need to do is click on that particular time, and there you put your name or you put something, and I can't recall, and it automatically schedules it on my calendar. Nothing else for you to do. If you want to meet on a regular basis, weekly, monthly, or whenever, that's fine. I'd be more than happy to do that with you. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss. If there's things that you feel like you're struggling in class, in my class, or in other classes, I can provide some assistance on that, or some advice on study skills, or just whatever. If you want to have those regular meetings with me on schedule, and it comes to the time of that regular meeting and you don't need anything, and you have something else going on, you can totally just say, hey, I'm good right now. We don't need to meet. And it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'd just rather be there for you on hand, on a regular basis if that's what you like. And if you don't need anything that particular meeting time, no biggie. Just send me a message, not a big deal. There's something called Hackapalooza, and that might be. I would recommend it. I've not done this one, um, but it may require you guys to go. I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing on that yet. It's on a Saturday, so it would most likely be in place of a class time meeting. Yeah, I understand some of you guys work on Saturdays, so that would be an issue. But then you would have an excuse from that. Still working on the details on how I'm going to incorporate this in class. I met with one of the sponsors, one of the organizers of this, and they say it's very similar to Techstar Startup, which is a 3-day event. It's a very fun event, but it's very exhausting because it's an intense 3 days. And I've done that before, and this seems to be like a smaller scale, just to get students and the community involved in it, but not taking so much of their time. One day is easier to make a commitment as opposed to an entire weekend, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday night. So yeah, so that's there. If you want to sign up on your own because you're interested in doing, that's great. I don't know if I'm making a requirement for the class yet. So here's my social media that I'm probably most active on. If you want to follow, friend, whatever, you're more than welcome to. It's not a big deal, but I just want to let you know that that's out there. So that's all on this one. My dogs are making noise in the background, and I apologize for that.